Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review for you guys, my personal experience using give me a sec, the one and only, the Menstrual Salt Cup in size regular. Ta-da! So if you guys want to know a couple of tricks, what worked for me, and my personal experience using this cup, please stay tuned for more. Okay, you guys, so this is actually my first time ever using a cup before. Prior to this, I had zero zilch experience on using a cup before. I read a couple of things before I went ahead and I bought it, but let me tell you guys that it is the best thing, the best money I have spent. And I believe I did get it for $26. I actually got it at Target, and they were having a sale, and I'll try to link it down below where I got it and how much it cost. Anyways, it's an investment, you guys. I don't really have to worry about buying pads or tampons. Anyways, this is the Saalt Menstrual Cup. Really cute packaging. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell. There we go. Really cute packaging. Very cute. And we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Like I said, I've already used this actually, and that is how it looks. Very, very pretty ocean blue. There are two sizes. There's a small size and there is also a regular size. I've actually decided to go ahead and get the regular size since my period was a little heavy. So this is the cup, and the cup, the packaging also obviously includes a pamphlet on how to use it and how to sanitize it, and it gives a couple of demonstrations in here of what folds work best. So that's actually very useful as a first-time user. Very helpful. And it packaging also includes a cute little pouch for your new best friend. Let me take this off. So this, you could take it with you anywhere. So I'm gonna be sharing my experience with you guys on this amazing little cup. I started my period, and my period was like it was pretty heavy, heavier than normal. So I was just kind of going through tampons and tampons. And so the next day I actually needed to go to work, and I decided that I could not be changing my tampon every hour. So I decided to hop onto Google and just Google menstrual cups and to get a little bit of information and background on it. So I saw that they had some at Target, and I went ahead and I wanted to go pick it up. And again, I did get the regular size since I did have a child. I read somewhere on the web that it is recommended, like for women that have given birth, just to stick to the regular size. And that is what I read on the web. Again, I am no doctor, I'm just a regular person. If you don't know what size to get, I recommend like going on to YouTube or Google and trying to figure that out to see which size would fit best. It also depends a lot on your flow, if it's light or if it's heavy. I got back home and I was a little scared. I saw a couple of horror stories of some women saying that the menstrual cup actually got stuck up there and that they couldn't take it out. So I was already kind of scared, right? So when I got home, I decided to, hey, let's try this out and see how it works out for me. I went ahead and I sanitized it, and it is recommended that you wash it with soap and that you also boil it in water for 5 minutes. So I went ahead and I sanitized it, and I went into the bathroom. I went ahead and I actually took a shower because I saw a YouTube video of a lady saying that for her, her technique is actually easier to put it inside the shower. So I went ahead and I took a shower and I popped my legs open. I put one of my feet on top of the bathtub. Here's the floor. here are my legs, and so there we go. So that was me in the shower, right? And I tried to get it in, and I was holding it in the C form, right? Which is you just press this down, it's even. And I was trying to pop it in like that, and I was really having a hard time, and I could not get it in. And I was struggling in the shower for, I want to say, a little bit over 5 minutes. I want to say maybe like 7 minutes trying to get it in. Again, my first time ever using a menstrual cup, and I was a little terrified. So I actually did end up getting it in, but it did not feel right. So I actually told myself, like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I could feel it. Like what I was walking around in the shower, and I could just feel it, and it was really uncomfortable. And I was like, oh God, the $26 like gone down the drain. So I went ahead and I took it off, and it hurt when I took it off because, again, I'm no expert here. My first time ever using it. I literally tugged it down like this, and keep in mind there's a lot of pressure already in there, a lot of pressure, you know. And so I pulled it down, and pop went the weasel. No, I'm serious. There was this pop noise, and I'm not lying, it did kind of hurt. I've never felt anything like that, but more than anything, it was really uncomfortable. And so I was like, no, this is not gonna work for me. So I went about my day, and the next morning before I went off to work, this little guy was just on my shelf like that, just looking at me. And I told myself, $26 gone to the garbage. I need to try it out again and give it one more shot. So I went ahead and I sterilized it, but this time, since I was actually going to work, I decided to pop it in the toilet. So I went ahead and I squat down on the toilet, you know, just like you're going to the bathroom. I sat down, and this technique worked 100% for me. So I went ahead and I grabbed my menstrual cup, and I did not do the C-fold. This is the C-fold. Nope. What worked for me is I pressed this down like this. So it's kind of like the C-fold is different because I am pushing this down, like press this down like this, there, and there. So it's still pretty big, right? So just keep in mind that you're actually squatting down in the toilet, so that allows you to open your legs, or, you know, it's easier to maneuver your legs. I guess that's what I mean. And again, this technique worked best for me. So instead of, they actually recommend putting these up, right, just straight up. But the day before I had tried that, and that method, it was uncomfortable, and that did not work for me. So what I actually did this time is that instead of straight up, instead of up, I went towards me. I inserted it that way, towards me. Again, towards me. And it popped in there open like that. And you know that it's sealed because when you tug on this little thing down like that, it does not come down, right? So I knew that it had created a vacuum seal up in there. And so I was like, okay, it's in. I went ahead and I went to work, and whenever I took bathroom breaks, I would check to see if there was like any leakage, or no, surprisingly, there was no leakage. Again, my job requires me to be very, very, very active, so I walk around 9-10 miles, and throughout my whole entire shift, there was nothing. It was okay, and I could not feel it, right? It felt like nothing was in there. It was comfortable. I didn't feel it. It wasn't in my way. Whenever I went pee, I could not feel it. It didn't, it was basically invisible. It was kind of like I wasn't even on a period. When I got back home, different ball game. I actually got home, I squatted in the toilet to remove it, and I could not find this little thing. And I was like, oh my god, the menstrual cup has gotten lost up in there. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. I freaked out. My heart started racing. I was scared. I went onto Google and I Googled, my menstrual cup is stuck. I can't find it. And I literally could not find it. So I actually came about this one post saying that the way you're supposed to remove it, if you cannot find this little thing, is quite simple. You push down with the lower half of your, body, I guess, with your abdomen, right? So to me, that kind of reminded me of like how one pushes when you're giving birth, right? Or kind of like you're doing Kegels, I guess. Kegels, yeah, that's the best example. And so I started, Kegling my way, pushing, kind of like you're also like have like a really hard poop just stuck up in there and you're trying to get it out. And I pushed and I pushed and I huffed. So I started pushing, right? And for a sure thing, I actually also had my fingers in the tip of the entrance of my lady parts. I was actually able to find the tip of the menstrual cup, and I held on to it for dear life, you guys. I literally held on to it for dear life. And I wiggled my fingers up here as the cup was still in me, and it was still a little up there, so I was still pushing, trying to get it down. And so once I successfully got it a little bit more down, I decided to squeeze this, because you're actually supposed to squeeze the tip of it for the pressure to kind of get out. So I squeezed it and I just pulled it right out, and it was a little uncomfortable, but not like my first time when I was in the shower and I took it out. It was just a little tight, uncomfortable, and I think it was uncomfortable because I've really never have done anything like that before. It didn't hurt, it was just different. And I pulled it down, and I was actually surprised. When I pulled it out, all the blood was in the cup. It was about that full, so there was still a lot of room for more volume of wine. We'll just call it wine, right? And the cup was not messy. Again, blood wasn't just like around everywhere, like spilling around everywhere as I kind of imagined it in my head. It was just all in the cup. It was not messy at all. And so I went ahead and I rinsed it, and you can actually wash it out and put it back in and sleep with it on, but I decided to kind of give my body a break, and I decided just to go ahead and sleep with a pad on that night. So the next morning came along and I decided to use it again. I sterilized it, obviously, and I just did the same thing, the same method that I did the day before, which is inserting it while I am squatting down in the toilet. Again, the same method, the same fold and everything. Spread my legs wide open and I put it, towards me. Again, towards me, not up. Towards me. That's the method that worked for me, and it allowed me to be comfortable throughout the whole entire day. I could not feel it. Again, I would actually forget that I was actually on my period. The method I used when I came back home to remove it, again, the toilet, and I pushed. Remember, kind of like you're doing Kegels, kind of like you're taking a really bad poop, honestly. I did that, and it started becoming easy. So for the next 3 days of work, I used this, and not once, you guys, not once did I have a leakage. So and not once did I have to worry about changing it. So this product is amazing. I know this might sound crazy, but I'm actually looking forward to having my period again, because I know that when I do have my period again, I know that I am going to be using this. This is great, you guys. I can't believe that I am late to the party when it comes to menstrual cups. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you guys invest in a menstrual cup. But I like this one, and I'm sure that you guys are gonna enjoy this cup too. And no, this video is not sponsored at all, but this cup is great. There is nothing negative about this cup. It's great. It did not stain, as you guys are able to see. No stains. And I used it for 10 plus hours. No leakage. When you're taking it out, it does not go around everywhere. It's great, you guys. My advice for if you're looking into trying a menstrual cup would be, don't be afraid of it, and do not Google and do not YouTube like scary videos out there, because when you think that it might be stuck, you'll just freak yourself out even more. So don't look at those videos. You'll get it out, I promise. And the chances of it actually getting stuck up there are very, very low. I mean, if you think about it, there really isn't any, there's nothing up there. So where is it gonna get stuck? I suggest that if you think or you're scared that it might have gone stuck like me, just make sure you take a deep breath, you breathe out, and you tell yourself that it's going to be okay, and remind yourself that there's no possible way that it could get stuck, because where is it going to go, you guys? Seriously, where is this big old thing? Where is it going to go? So just breathe out and relax yourself, and it's going to be okay. Just remember to start pushing, kind of like if you had a really bad poop or just like a really strong Kegel, and do that a couple of times, and surely you will find a little stem. And once you find that stem, hold on to it for dear life and push a couple of more times, do those Kegels a couple of more times, and before you take it out, make sure that you are squeeze this so the pressure gets out. Then you are able to take it out. Okay, so I don't do anything fancy when it comes to taking it out. I just squeeze this and I just take it out. It is a little uncomfortable, you know, it's a new thing, it's a new feeling down there, so it's different and it's fine, but it's not uncomfortable, it doesn't hurt, it's just different. There we go. And you might feel like that your first couple of times, but you will get used to it. So thank me later when you guys have purchased this and have tried this. And if you already have one, please leave down a comment down below what brand you have and why it is that you like it. I am actually hoping to expand my collection on these cups and doing a couple of reviews on those. Anyways, you guys, that has been my personal experience. I am looking forward to my next period because I know that the Saalt Cup has my back. Anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys stay safe. I'm sending lots of love to you. I am praying for you, and that's it for this video, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you please hit that like button for me and you subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.